Hi YouTube, Elite Legionarii here, and I'm bringing you a 2 versus 2 for Rome Total War today, and I shall be in command of Scythia, a faction I have used very little because I'm not very good with them, but I thought I'd give them a go. My ally, King Spartan, he was a very new player. I think he'd only had the game about a week, and he had very little experience at all with the game. He was in command of the Greek city-states, and he has 4 units of Spartans, 2 units of armoured hoplites, 4 units of regular hoplites, and 3 units of Greek cavalry, and 1 unit of general's armoured bodyguard with heaps of upgrades. So you can tell by the design of his army that he hasn't got a lot of experience with the game. So I have to help him quite a bit in this battle with what to do, but it's alright, it turns out pretty good for us. His opponent, Crona Ragnarok, has got 4 cataphracts, 2 silver shield, 3 silver shields, 4 silver shields, 1 silver shield pikeman down there, and 3 silver shield pikemen down here, and 2 arch units. So I'm suspecting this player was quite new as well, or inexperienced. I don't know. And Mr. CDK, who is my opponent, is going with the traditional Roman army that you see almost every time you face them online. He's got let's see, and he's got like 6 or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's about 8 urban cohort. So that broke CWB. He's got 4 Praetorian cavalry, and about 3 or 4 archer auxilia. So everyone's gone with a very large non-upgraded armies again. I don't know why everyone keeps doing this. But that's just the way it goes. And my army consists of 2 Scythian horse archers, which are called attack, 5 units of chosen archers, which are gold attack, and 6 units of gold Scythian headhunting maidens, which are extremely deadly against cavalry. So I get a few initial shots against these the Roman player and take out quite a lot of these urban cohort, just with shooting them in the back as they retreat. But this Roman player is going to hill camp, and I think that's actually really bad, especially when you're using this army. This is an aggressive attacking army which can just about beat anything in this game, and you're going to go and hill camp with it. These two don't work together at all as allies. You can tell, I mean, the Roman player does nothing to help Crona Ragnarok in this game. He just sits on this hill for about half the game and then just quits. So it's quite bad in my opinion. So I feel a bit sorry for the Seleucid player, but it's the way it goes. So over here, the Seleucid player has 2 scythe chariots, which I forgot to mention before, and that's going to be instant death for these non-upgraded Greek cavalry units. So that's certainly what'll happen there. I keep telling him to advance up, but for some reason he goes back, and he doesn't know how to get them out of phalanx formation and run them or anything like that. So it kind of makes it a bit tough, but here I see opportunities to shoot the flanks of some of these units, and I'm running my archers along here as well because I want to make sure I can support my ally rather, because I know he'll need it. I keep checking every now and then to see what the Roman's doing, but as I said before, the Roman player doesn't move at all before he quits, after which the AI takes over and does move. So these chariots are going to be quite devastating, and I'm telling my opponent, my ally, to assist me in dealing with these chariots because I'm an all-cavalry force and they're going to eat me alive if I'm not careful. So all he has to do is just take one of these guys out of phalanx formation, charge him and shove him back into phalanx formation, but he's just so new that he doesn't even know how to do that. and it was a bit unfortunate. But here I'm shooting the sides and the backs of these Silver Shield pikemen, and I'm getting a nice wee amount of kills there. All the while my archers took a few of his other units down as well. But a lot of new players do this. They choose the Greeks because they think the Spartans are invincible, and then they often cost them. Here he doesn't support me at all against his chariots, so I have to use my headhunters and my archers combined to take them out. I really didn't want to do that though, because chariots are just murder on any cavalry unit, and my army's cavalry completely, pretty much. So I took a few casualties there, not as bad as I thought I would, so I'm not entirely perturbed about that. I lost a few of my archers too, but it wasn't too bad. And here I'm going to flame them to ensure that they stay in mock and don't come back, so that's good. They're out of the game. And I keep telling him to move up to engage the Seleucid player so that I can get behind him and shoot him with my archers and run down his cataphracts, which are way in the back here. But he doesn't move right away, and I mean obviously I can't engage all these units head on with headhunters. So I want my ally to engage from the front so that I can help him, because I'm keeping a tight eye on the Romans while I was playing, just to be sure they didn't come up the hill, but they don't, like I keep saying. So I'm shooting whatever I can here, but I'm trying to convince my ally King Spartan to move his men up, because his men are more than a match for the Seleucid ones, because there's no upgrades there. So I'm just going to triple speed it a bit here, guys, because nothing much happens for a wee while. And the Seleucid player's there, and my ally still doesn't want to move. I'm trying to get him to move. He's, as I said, fairly new, so of course I give him the benefit of the doubt, and he's probably unsure of himself, and that's fair enough. I asked him if he was new, and he said he had the game about a week, and so you can't expect too much from someone who's had a game in about a week, now can you? So here I'm bringing my archers up. I tell him to move up, and I said I will deal with his archers and the cavalry, and I'll support you with the infantry. So he's moving them up, but unfortunately he's putting them into these very deep formations like this, which is not ideal. But I move my cavalry up to this hill, and the Seleucid player decides to face me, and I see an opportunity to just shoot the sides of these units with all my archers. So I'm just pouring arrows in here and clocking up a nice sum of kills. I've also got my archers around the back, horse archers around the back here, and I'm shooting into the backs of this pike unit as well. So so far it's been a fairly easy fight, and I'm continuing to pour arrows into these backs of these guys here, and they're just losing units by the mass numbers. So I'm suspecting that well, pretty much all the players here are fairly new, which I don't mind. I quite like helping new people, but I don't especially like playing against them. It's not that they're bad war sports or anything, it's just because they're new. It's not a challenge. It's not, I don't mean anything bad against them or anything. I'll fight them, and I'll help them and give them tips and stuff, but they just don't have the experience or skills, so it doesn't make the fights as much fun. And I mean, I think it's awful how people are so mean to them because they're new. I mean, we're all new at a game or whatever we do at some point in time when we start it. So you know, I was a noob at this game at one point, and all of you were a noob at it at some point as well. So it's just the way it is. But you should still help some of these people when they first play. But I mean, like I said, I understand if you don't want to fight them that often, because it's just not very challenging, and it's not so good that your skills get diminished. I'm pretty crap with Scythia though, so you know, it's not really a challenge so much as it's just that I'm using a weaker faction for me, which probably evens it out a bit more. So I'm telling him to spread his line out longer, because I said this is not a good way to form up your men, not like this. And here I'm shooting more of these pikemen with my horse archers. And the cataphracts coming over here. This is a really bad move on the Seleucid player's part because he's going to need those cataphracts to stop his men getting hammered and anviled. I'm telling my guy to move up as quickly as possible, not to let them get the hill, but I just don't think he understands that he can put them out of formation and run them. So here I'm going to squish those silver shields, which I just did. Sorry about that triple spear, didn't mean to do that. This is the Thracian foothills map, I think. So it's quite a challenging map to fight on. Well, not challenging, but it offers some interesting choices, terrain-wise. Anyway, I quite like it. I get sick of fighting on the grassy flatlands all the time. It's just boring. So I got my archers behind his men, and I have chosen to turn off the fire at will mode at the moment because I don't want them to fire unnecessarily. But I've got my horse archers in the sides. Wait a minute, here they are, shooting the sides, and I've got some of my headhunters. And at this point, the Roman player, my CDK quit, so I don't know why. He was quite a bit disappointing in this game because he went and hill camped and he just quit with an urban spam, an 8 unit urban spam. So that's kind of really annoying. The Seleucid player clumps all his units on one spot, which is not a good move. And I'm going to hammer and anvil here, and that should rout them all. So that's good for us, bad for them. But I'm going to pick up all these kills here. But this is just good experience for all these guys. You know, so I get the impression that they were all three of them were fairly new or inexperienced because the mistakes they made were quite, obvious ones. I mean, everyone makes mistakes, so it doesn't really matter. So these urbans are coming. I'm trying to convince my ally to move again, and I'm just going to triple speed along a bit here. And I'm going to go over to the side here. I want to deal with these cataphracts when they come around and these Praetorian cavalry. But I move my archers along as well. And I think my horse archers are starting to run out of arrows, or at least this unit's still got a few, but this unit over here doesn't have any more. So he's moving up again, but he goes into this ditch, and I didn't want him to do that. I wanted him to go onto the hill. But I guess because he can't run, he wouldn't know how to do it. So here I decide I'm going to try and pick off some archers. It doesn't really work though, unfortunately, and I think I'm going to get a few peeler as a result. But that's okay. It'll stop the peeler being wasted on, being used on my ally, because he probably won't have much of a way of dealing with peeler because he doesn't really move his troops around very quickly. So the Rome, I wanted to pick up some of the archers, but it didn't really work. It didn't really cause much harm though. But some more of these archers are coming up, and I'm just going to triple speed again. A lot of the cavalry are going over this way. The Seleucid player is obviously still in it, but the other one's in AI. There's a lot of cavalry out there. I'm willing to send all my headhunters out that way. This is where headhunters excel, especially with the destruction of heavy cavalry like cataphracts and Praetorian cavalry. So I'm going to charge them, and I'm going to pulverize them. This is the one thing that the Scythians excel at with headhunters, is the destruction of heavy cavalry. He's charging down here now. I'm telling my opponent to sort of get his line organised. I've got my archers in the back here offering support, but some of these cavalry come along and cause a wee bit of damage there. We're probably a bit slack there. This one unit of hugely upgraded General's Armoured Bodyguards holding back 3 units of cataphracts that are non-upgraded. So I come in here and I'm going to assist, and all these guys rout.
Attack and drive them back in the same way.
So
The warlord lies dead. Now he can drink with his ancestors and watch his warriors flee.
So, as his men approached, I shot him to pieces with this, with my archers, so I wasn't too concerned about that. So here I surround these Praetorian cavalry as well, and I'm going after some of these Praetorians also, and I want to deal with them, and they're getting defeated. My opponent doesn't see to turn his men, or he just sits here with these guys, doesn't move them at all, so you can tell he's got the trademarks of a new player. So, but he does his job, and allows me to just do the hammer and anvils and provide the distraction for the Roman forces. But as you can see, typical AI fashion, it's moving all its forces all over the place like an idiot. The AI is so annoying. But my ally did good for his first game. The Greek city-states, for a new person, not too sure it's a good choice. They're powerful infantry, but their lack of cavalry could be a real challenge. So here I'm going to go mop up these archer auxilia, and there's still a few urban cohorts and legionary first cohort. Actually, this person might not have broken CWB, it must have been legionary first cohort that I was spotting. So my bad in that department. So here my archers are shooting these urbans in the flanks, or these urbans rather, because this guy's getting quite heavily outflanked. So I mean, he's got all these units doing nothing, and these guys getting shot right in the back by these urbans here, and I'm telling them, you know, you got a lot of units not doing anything, you might want to pay attention to certain areas of your battlefield, but he's very new, so he's just inexperienced, and I mean, I was like that when I was new as well, so it just happens. So here I hammer and anvil a lot of these urban cohorts. Rout view, these urbans are getting a whole lot of arrows in their back, and they'll rout in a moment as well. I need to make sure I'm supporting him. So he does turn around when he sees that these urbans are here. Basically I'm just picking up whatever routers are left and dealing with urban cohort where I can. And he's doing pretty good really for his first try. He just needs practice, that's all.
Your ally lies dead. If his warriors fight on, good, but do not count on leaderless men.
So my Scythians have done pretty excellent here though, mopping up a lot of these Romans. And here are coming for a few more charges in the backs of these urbans. Scythian headhunters are they're not bad at this, but they're only light cavalry, so they're not nearly as good as heavy cavalry at this hammer and anvil type stuff. So, same with desert cavalry, they're great against other cavalry, but when it comes to challenging hammer and anvil type things, they're not nearly as good as that. So here I want to sort of distract these urban cohort, keep them away from my ally Spartans, because he's just sort of, he's just testing the waters, I guess, of the game. Some more Praetorian cavalry out here, so I'm sure I'll go after that when I spot it. I'm trying to get these guys to move, but they're walking very slowly. But I'm bringing my archers along here. A few Roman units have come back, but my opponent can deal with those, my ally can deal with those rather. And here I route these Praetorians, I think, they're over here, sorry. And these Praetorians are going to come and hit the backs of these hoplites, but I see that and I'm coming in to assist him, and he doesn't need it.
You have killed the enemy general. Now his men show fear. Now they may turn and run. Attack! Attack!
So you can, obviously he's new because his back's turned here, he's not really responding to these situations. But I see that too, and I'm coming in to assist him in that department as well. So there's just, new people that just need help with learning a few things. It's a shame how intolerant some people are of them. We're all new, like I said, at some point. But interestingly enough, these Romans have had enough of this fight, so they just run anyway. So that's pretty much this fight over. So fighting with an experienced player, it can be kind of challenging, especially if you go up against experienced players. You'll probably most certainly lose, but it'll also be quite rewarding if you help them learn some new stuff.
A battle, this is a hunt. No, a coward chase.
It's also, it can be quite rewarding if you teach them some new stuff, give them a hand. But a lot of them, just, my advice to new players, just keep playing. Just keep playing and learn the keys and just keep speeding up. You'll eventually get there. I did. So I know lots of other guys who are fairly new have gotten pretty good now, so it works. So as you can see, just me mopping up the remainder of the Roman forces while my ally basks in the glory of victory, and we shall celebrate by, I don't know, stealing all the Roman woman and Seleucid woman, I don't know, some lame ass joke that I can't tell. So that's pretty much everything. And there's a few cataphracts down here that I spot, so I'm going to go get them in a moment. My people should come running over the hill, run down those dogs. And that is that. And that's a heroic victory for us. I had 838 men and got 1,723 kills. I had 539 men left. King Spartan, my ally, had 991 men, he got 566 kills and he had 545 men left. Crona Ragnarok had 1,221 men, he had 314 kills and 36 men remaining. Good on you for staying and fighting, even though it was quite tough for you. And Mr. CD Key, who didn't really do anything except sit on a hill the game and then just leave, had 1,156 kills, he got 1,156 men, he got 537 kills and 41 men remaining. So hats off to Crona Ragnarok and King Spartan. And here's the stats. My headhunting maidens getting many kills, this unit getting 323. My chosen archer warband getting way up in the hundreds, and the horse archers getting, one of them got 220. So all my army performed well. I'm not very good with the Scythians, but I'm pleased with this. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.